Hey guys, welcome back. Wow, it's November knocking hard. So today's video is going to be another update of the garden on a beautiful sunny day, finally, after how many days has it been? Oh man, almost a week of rain and clouds. And today, it's pure sunshine, guys. Not only sunshine, it's warm. Well, not by tropical standards. It's 21 Celsius and 21 and sunny. Let me tell you, it feels like 25 or 26 on a cloudy day. So finally we have some sunshine in at Fruitopia. I'm so happy. Listen to those birdies. So I just wanted to update on the progress of some of the tropicals. This is the Kohala Longan, which has shot out some new growth right there. Hang on. There it is, right there. Beautiful. Very attractive. So that's the first cab off the rank out of my 3 Kohala Longans. The other ones are still not moving. See that one there? Nothing. So that's one new change. The oldest Longan I have, the Kohala, is pushing new growth, which is awesome. The Pinkerton avocado has pushed out a lot of new growth too during October, even September. So that's looking pretty cool. We're still waiting to see if it freaks out in summer. I'm going to provide as much protection as I can from the sun using these Loquats here that I have. Put them to use, right? These seedlings in pots. One of them's in the ground actually. That one there. And since I put it in the ground a month ago, it's already grown this whole head here in 1 month. How's that for fast, huh? Compared to the Suki tropicals. Nothing beats Loquats. I wish all the tropicals were like this in Melbourne. A whole head in 4 weeks. Wow. That's what we like to see. And that's even with cool, wet, cloudy temperatures. Loquat's your best friend in a temperate climate. And speaking of Loquat, I netted partly, not completely, not all the way over, but partly netted the Loquat here, the front of it. Now the smart ones will able to go at the back and get in from behind because I left it open, right? So the smartest birds are welcome to feast. That's what you get for being smarty pants, right? Whereas all the other ones, what do you call them? The opportunists, the ones that are flybys, they're gonna miss out because they won't realize that they can get in from behind. In other words, half the Loquats will be saved, and that's all we want, guys. We just want 100. The other 100 can go to the birds. And donating most of the Loquats from this 30-year-old Loquat tree. They can have almost all of them. It's very hard for me to reach them. This tree is too tall, too big now. I can barely reach, right? Oh, there you go. They've already started eating them, so they don't need any invitation. Look. So they're going to get most of them, as you can see. See? Look. See how quick the fruit goes? But that's all right. I'm a nice guy. I'm going to allow them to... Here's a nice cluster. Allow them to enjoy most of these. Look how many there are. Wow. Hi guys. It's high noon and the garden is looking spectacular. From the top of the ladder, top of the world, here at Fruitopia. See what sunshine does? A lot of people are afraid of the sun, but wow, the trees sure love it. So do I. Next we have the macadamia, which you saw in a previous video, right? Flowering like crazy, like nuts, literally like nuts, and dropping last year's nuts, right? And I haven't picked them. I haven't picked many of them. Just haven't been what's the word? Inspired, motivated, because of the crappy weather we've had. I don't like coming out, guys, when it's not sunny. It's very depressing. But it sure brightens my heart when I see these macadamia flowers. Wow. Woohoo. So nice. If I lived in Queensland, I would most definitely be sleeping outside during summer in some kind of cabana. So I would be right next to the trees here, right? Look at this, waking up to this every morning during spring and summer. Wow, gorgeous. The same with the Jaboticaba. It's just about finished pushing all the new flowers, right? That maroon look. Spectacular. And the ice cream bean seedlings have pushed a lot of new growth too. So everything's coming along nicely, even with the nasty weather we've had, right? These have been out all winter, no protection, and yet they've survived and they're thriving. It looks like we're gonna get a bumper apricot harvest, hopefully. I haven't seen the Moore Park push so much fruit in many years. It's sort of it's been freaky or funky the last few years. The leaves have turned like grey. I don't know what that's all about, and that is passed on to the fruit. The fruit turns funky as well and drops. So hopefully this will be the year that it gives us hundreds of fruit. This is 22 years old, this apricot that I planted when I first moved here. So I want to show you guys some of the changes that have happened back here. Thankfully the Angela mulberry has drained well, the water there. I hope it, like I said in the last video, can take sitting in water for a few days. The leaves look a little sad, drooping down, but I think it'll come through, guys. I have that feeling, especially when I see new growth coming. See the new growth? That's not a sign of a tree dying. That's a sign of a tree saying, wow, let's march forward. Root rot is welcome. Wow, I love trees like that, champions. I can't say the same though for any of these tropicals. A little bit of water and they like soak, right? Because remember, I'm not in a tropical climate, guys. If it was 35 Celsius every day and 25 at night, then yeah, they can sit in water because the water would evaporate immediately thanks to the heat. There's no evaporation here with temperatures down to 10 at night and 15 during the day. What's going to evaporate at 15 Celsius? It's not happening. So we can't have standing water. That's the take-home message with the tropicals. Right? I put a support there for the ice cream banana because it was leaning. It was like that, right? Ready to collapse, and it hasn't even got a bunch of bananas yet. Amazing. This is the one that collapsed last winter and took away half of this new Loquat tree, which survived. So I don't know why the ice cream bananas are not upright. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the corm is still developing strength in its root system. That's all I can conclude. So here's the Rollinia Brazilian custard apple, the one that we uncovered a week ago, and I got rid of all the dieback on every branch. And the good news is, finally, after only a couple of days of removing the frost cloth from the sides, I didn't cover the top, there is the first signs of life, new life. Here you go. It's barely noticeable. Look at this, guys. It's like we're so desperate for anything from our tropicals. See that? That's the first sign of new life from the Rollinia. Right there. And right there. And where else did I see it? Ah, here. Hang on. Right there. Ah, it won't focus. There you go, those two little... Okay, hang on. Yeah, you can see them right there, those two. Which is great. The Rollinia is not only alive, making it through winter, in its third year, it's coming back, and there's another one there. Coming back, not with a vengeance, but ever so slowly. If I can get a focus on that. There you go, one there. Wow. Yeah, guys, we're ultra desperate here with these sooks. Oh man. Sooks, because I'm so used to loquats and stone fruit. They're just bulletproof. Just bulletproof. So as you can see, I had to use the only support I had. It's way too long for this dwarf sized banana, but that's all I had. Right? And the green sapote here. Both green sapotes are doing great. These trees remind me of the loquat. They have the same tolerance and strength. Still nothing from the two in-ground star fruits that I planted last summer. But there's a lot of suckers coming on the bananas here. On these new bananas that I planted a year ago. I can't remember the name of this one now. The acerola is slowly waking up with new growth. This is the one I put in the ground a month ago. But because it hasn't been hot, we've only had one hot day. It was 26 degrees about 2 weeks ago. There you go, you can see the acerola slowly waking up in its own good time. In its own good time, guys. It's covered with green tips everywhere, but you can barely see them. They're very hidden. So anyway, there's the other two that I left in pots. But that one back there is going to be my experiment over winter. The Mamey Sapoti champion. It's definitely not going in the ground. I might put it into a larger pot though, because it's starting to get root bound in this pot. This is the Chompu Longan, and he's a real champion. He survived two winters out here unprotected and new growth. How's that? So guys, remember, Chompu and Kohala are your best friends in Melbourne. Forget about the other Longan varieties. That's my experience anyway. It looks like the allspice tree, which I put here a month ago, has suffered from root rot, a major sook, very disappointing. But I'm going to leave him in the ground. I'm not going to pull him out. I've given him a lot of gypsum. I have a feeling that he's going to survive, that he's going to come back. I just feel that. Could be wrong, but I've got a backup. Nice to have backups. I can't be bothered putting it into a pot and babying it. It's like, make it or don't make it, I don't care. Okay, let's move around. There we have a new banana blossom. Bunch of bananas coming. One of two bunches already for spring. It's massive. So let's go around and take a look. At that. There it is right there. Exciting times when the bananas come back in spring. The yellow Jaboticaba that I put in the ground 2 weeks ago is pushing out new growth. Even though we've had a ton of rain, it doesn't seem to have suffered or showing signs of suffering from all the water, because these, from what I've read, these hate water, standing water. Unlike the mulberry. Oh, my neighbor just started his whippersnipper, his brush cutter. Not a good time, dude. So there's the gypsum that I gave both Jaboticabas, that one and that one. And as you can see, this is also flushing out all over. These get afternoon shade, so they're going to get protected during summer's heat wave, the short heat wave we have every year in January and February. The gyro persimmon seems to have taken a year off this year. There's only like half a dozen fruit. Last year there were like 30. The gyro does that. It takes off every other year, which is good. Temperature around noon, 19, getting to 22 today. Feels like 25. Finally. Nice. There we have the Tahiti black sapoti, now having the whole area here open where the sugarcane was, the one I cut down a few weeks ago with Tommy, right? So this now is getting to breathe and some added light. Soon though, this mulberry is going to be competing for light with the black sapoti, but that's at least a year or two away, right? waiting for the next anona to fall. In this case, it'll be most likely a cherry moya, most likely that one there. We're crossing our fingers for a sweet one, our first sweet one, unlike the last 6-7 years where they've all been, well, nice and big and fat and juicy, but lacking sugar. One tree I forgot to show you guys a month ago. I planted the rose apple straight into the ground using native soil and added gypsum on top recently. And since I put it in the ground a month ago, or almost 4 weeks ago, it's taken all the rain like a champion, no sooking, and look, new growth. So it's gone forwards with all the rain, and it's got new tips, new flushes. It's got that rusty look on its leaves. I think that's quite common with rose apple from what I've read, and it couldn't be happier, and I can't be happier either with a rose apple. Finally, I've had it for 2 years in a pot, and this is year 1 in the ground. I planted it right here in front of the lime tree, next to the grapefruit, and next to the cherry, and behind the Pinkerton avocado. Right, there it is there. So it's going to be squashed in here. Nice. There's the progress on the American Pawpaw. Still waiting for it to grow. Good sign that it's hanging on. So we've got one there, and we have another one there, and we have another one there. I think there's 3. There might be 4. There was like 6 of them, and half of them fell away. I didn't do any hand pollinating, guys. I prefer my anonas to be self-pollinating, and self-pollinating they've turned out to be. I was told I have to pollinate my custard apple and my cherry moya. I was told that for years and years and years, and guess what? They self-pollinated eventually. So I'm sticking with that, with this guy too, the American Pawpaw. Gonna let nature do its thing. The Sherwood Jujube that I had problems with last summer has skyrocketed with new growth in the last 2 weeks. As you can see, I thought I was going to lose it last year. I almost pulled it out. There was no growth. I planted it in December 2020, and it shot out one little leaf and then stopped growing. And all summer it just stood there doing nothing. And that was very, what's the word? Well, it caused me anxiety. The same with this Shang-Chi Li Jujube. It's also come good. The Chico has fully flushed out. Well, starting to flush out, I should say. Right? I'm going to have to do something about the fruit fly on this though. It's starting to... But already starting to form fruit... what do you call it? Flower buds already. Wow, only 2 weeks after waking up. Quick off the mark. But we have to do something about the fruit flies. Can't believe it. After 7-8 years, never had them until last summer. Oh, more work. Thanks very much. The jamun is standing now at exactly 2 meters. Right, these two branches here. It'll eventually straighten up. I'm so fortunate to have saved the tree a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much for hanging in there. Kokhala number 3 hasn't done anything as far as movement. These have only been in the ground 1 year. Good news though from the African Pride custard apple. The first sign of movement, ever so slightly. So it looks like it'll be pushing by the end of November, but there's swell. It's swelling. All right, there's swell there. See the green? So it's swelling all up and down the young branches here. The lychee is still in the same place it was a month ago. Not much activity. Very, very, very slow. The lychee. This lychee here in Melbourne. But it's very healthy, as you can see, and very happy. So as long as it's healthy and happy, I'm fine with that, right? I'm not going to complain. It just needs time, as we found out with the custard apple. Wow. Here you have to double double the wait time compared to the tropics. So instead of 4 to 5 years, here we have to wait 8 to 10 years for results. The Jabo is still not doing much, just pushing little flowers there, but other than that, not really giving any surprises. Whereas the Pomelo right next to it, wow, the activity is crazy. Crazy. So much activity on the Pomelo. Look at this cluster here. Look at the difference with citrus. Huh? Look at that. Does not need any introduction. Holy moly. Guys, citrus. So easy. Look at them all forming there. These are pomelos for 2023. And the tree now is massive. It's at least 3 meters and I keep butchering it. I'm going to be doing a separate video for the young Jaboticabas that I have here. This is the one I put in the ground about 9 months ago when the reed avocado almost died. And this one has thrived. Wow, what a difference. See what I mean about sooks? Who's the sook? The avocado is the sook. Why didn't this die? And let's have a look at that sook, if he's come back yet. He's been in ER for the last 10 months. He's dropped all his leaves. There he is. That's the sook right there. The reed. Him. He's waking up now. In his own time. In his own time, guys. These are the Jabos. The Jabos have gone crazy. I'm going to be doing those separately with the achachas. Okay, they're all the that's all the movement from the back here, the beginning of November. Oh, and also the ice cream bean up there. The the monster. Look at all the new growth on him. Hang on, see if I can focus. See all the maroon reddish growth. I don't know how well the camera will capture it from 20 meters away, the zoom. Can you see the new growth, or the new flush on the ice cream bean? And that one is exactly 10 years old. And it's wow, how tall is it now? 6 meters tall and 5 meters wide. It's a beast. And the native Australian tamarin's the same height, 6 meters, like the ice cream bean. And here we have the Hass. Check out the Hass and all its flush of flowers. Wow. This one is about 4.5 meters in height, close to 5 meters. Thankfully we don't get bird problems or fruit fly, so no netting required for the avocados. Yeah, I'm standing up here on the deck, and there's the worts over there, full flush in spring, true spring. Now we're in true spring, almost touching on summer. And lastly, I'm gonna finish it here with the Tamarillo, which I've had now for 5 years. This one's in ground in the banana circle near the side of the house. And oh my gosh, we're gonna get so many Tamarillos. It's just expanded like no tomorrow. Check it out, check it out. Flowers everywhere. Like that one there. Clusters of flowers. This is the tree tomato. Tamarillo. Tamarijo, depending if you're using Spanish or not, guys. Okay, I'm gonna end the video here and we'll have a part 2 from the front. Wow, it's like a botanical garden in here. Oh gosh, hi guys. Oh man, I'm so happy. Can you tell the difference with sunshine compared to cloudy, cold weather? We're off to the beach now to enjoy our first beach day in almost a week. Bye guys, thanks for watching. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it. I sure enjoyed making it. Wow. Woohoo! Oh my gosh, there's bees everywhere on this. This is a dwarf orange tree that gets no sun. I put it in the ground here 10 years ago, before the bananas, before the Tamarillo, and now I don't want to pull it out. Thankfully, it's a dwarf and never gets taller than 1.5 meters. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Bye bye now.